What happens when a beloved character reaches their breaking point? In this heart-wrenching scene, John Sugden from Emmerdale faces a moment of despair that will leave you breathless. As emotions run high and secrets unravel, you won't want to miss the shocking choices he makes. Stay tuned to witness the fallout and see how it changes everything. John Sugden's breakdown on Emmerdale: a dark past, a shaky present, and a love tested. You can't be the hero every day. Those were Dingle's heartfelt words to his fiancé, John Sugden, in what may go down as one of the most emotionally raw episodes Emmerdale has delivered this year. But let's rewind. When John Sugden returned to the Dales back in August, viewers were immediately intrigued. With the legacy of Jack Sugden running through his veins and a familial tie to Victoria Sugden, he stepped into the village with quiet strength and a fresh start ahead of him. He didn't just settle in, he sparked something with Dingle, and from the very first moment, there was chemistry. The kind of slow-burn connection that had fans rooting for them. They didn't rush. Their relationship evolved with vulnerability, warmth, and just enough tension to keep it real. And by the time Erin slipped that engagement ring on John's finger, it felt like a win not just for them, but for everyone watching. True love in the Dales, it still exists. But love stories on Emmerdale are never straightforward, and John Sugden's story, it's proving to be anything but simple. A love clouded by secrets. Tuesday's episode, April 8, opened with what should have been a joyful moment. Erin, hopeful and wide-eyed, talking about setting a date for their wedding. A scene that should have been romantic turned heavy fast. John wasn't just distracted, he was distant. When Aaron brought up his recent sleep disturbances, John brushed it off, chalking it up to stress. But Erin knows him too well. The late-night murmurs, the shifting in bed, the sweat-drenched wake-ups. This wasn't just wetting nerves. And that's when it came out. John hinted, vaguely, at the lingering trauma from covering up the murder of Anthony Fox. It was the first crack in his carefully constructed exterior, but Aaron wasn't satisfied with half-truths. His instincts told him something deeper was eating away at the man he loves. Still, John didn't open up. He couldn't, not yet. Pressure mounts. The weight of the past doesn't just haunt dreams. It bleeds into every waking moment. At the surgery, John's usually razor-sharp focus faltered. He misdiagnosed Carrie's symptoms, rushing off a critical blood sugar issue as a hangover. For John, it was an uncharacteristic lapse. For Liam, it was a red flag. He swiftly stepped in, taking over Carrie's care and sending John home with a warning, and perhaps more importantly, concern. That's when things started to spiral. Cracks in the armor. When John returned home, he was already unraveling. The perfectionist in him, the part that wants to always be in control, always be strong, couldn't handle the idea of making a mistake. But Aaron met him with compassion. He told John it was okay to stumble. He didn't have to be perfect. He didn't have to be the hero every day. But for John, those words only seemed to sting deeper. He couldn't hear the comfort in them, only the echo of his own self-doubt, that inner voice telling him he's not enough, that he's broken, that if Aaron really knew the full truth, he'd walk away. That shame? It's what drove him out the door. Rage, regret, and a ruined windshield. Later, John called Aaron. His voice was softer, apologetic. The walk had helped, maybe, but it wasn't enough to quiet the storm brewing inside him. Moments later, in a quiet corner of the scrapyard, John came face to face with something he could finally unleash his fury on: an abandoned car. And he let it all out. With every punch to the windshield, every slam against cold metal, years of guilt, trauma, and secrets erupted. It was cathartic. It was terrifying. It was real. But as the glass shattered, so too did the illusion that John could keep all his pain hidden forever. What is John hiding? That's the question echoing across the village, and the fandom. What is it that's haunting John Sugden so deeply that it's fracturing his sanity and risking his relationship? We know he was involved in covering up the murder of Anthony Fox, but what if there's more? What if John's darkness runs deeper than he's willing to admit even to himself? Fans have started speculating online. Did John play a larger role in Anthony's death than we were led to believe? Is there another secret from his past he's trying to bury? One that might explain the night terrors and emotional volatility. What makes this storyline so compelling isn't just the mystery, it's the human element. The struggle to be loved when you feel unlovable. The terror of letting someone in, only for them to recoil at the truth. John is a man unraveling at the seams, trying to hold onto the one person who makes him feel safe, even as he pushes him away. Aaron, a rock in the storm. Through all of this, Aaron has remained steady. He's not just a fiancé, he's John's anchor. But how much can one person carry? Viewers have seen Aaron grow stronger over the years. He's no stranger to pain himself. And perhaps that's what makes him so uniquely positioned to love someone like John, someone who's scarred, guarded, and terrified of being truly seen. But even the strongest partners have their breaking point, and if John continues to bottle everything up, he may lose the very thing he's trying to protect, his relationship. A deeper dive into John Sugden's past. We've only scratched the surface of John's backstory. ITV bosses have confirmed that this is just the beginning, that John's darker side will be explored in the coming weeks. This isn't just a twist for the sake of drama, it's character-driven storytelling at its best. A man carrying years of pain, pushed to his limits, trying to find redemption in a village known for both its warmth and its secrets. John Sugden isn't just a plot device, he's a mirror. For anyone who's ever wrestled with shame, who's ever feared being truly known, who's ever wondered if they deserve love despite their past, his story resonates. The power of representation. The relationship between John and Aaron is a rare gem on television. Two men, deeply flawed, navigating love in the aftermath of trauma. It's authentic, it's moving, and it matters. In a world where queer relationships are too often portrayed through stereotypes or tragedy, Emmerdale is showing us something different. Complexity, nuance, and the kind of emotional depth that keeps audiences glued to their screens week after week. What's next? If Tuesday's episode was the unraveling, what comes next could be the reckoning. Will John finally come clean to Aaron? Will we learn the full extent of what happened with Anthony Fox? And more pressingly, will John get the help he needs before it's too late? The beauty of this storyline lies in its unpredictability. We're not just watching to find out what happens, we're watching to feel it. Final thoughts. John Sugden's breakdown isn't just a dramatic plot twist. It's a deeply human story about the weight of the past, the fragility of love, and the strength it takes to let someone in. In a village that's seen its fair share of secrets, it might be one of the most heartbreaking. But it also might be one of the most redemptive if he's brave enough to face it, and if Aaron's love is strong enough to endure it. One thing's for sure, Emmerdale has struck storytelling gold. And we'll be watching.